baby. It's it's the Halloween edition of the Watching Walford podcast. I'm glad nothing really problematic went down in EastEnders this week, because my God, would we have looked like some silly gooses. But I am Elvis Presley, with an Irish accent, and a wig to prove it. This is the Halloween edition of the podcast. We always do it a week early, except for if we're still here in 2027, where it actually will fall on Halloween. Um, but yeah, we like to do the Halloween podcast a week earlier because we don't do it at the start of November. But I am Piggy, and I am I'm Pig Elvis, and I am joined by. Can I get a peanut butter jelly time? Um,
What are you looking at? Never seen a talking banana before. Grow up.
he's one of the he's one of the last members of Bananas in the Pajamas.
True.
Yeah. If you don't know, by the way,
Dipsy's slightly autistic cousin.
if you don't know, by the way, why I said peanut butter jelly time, because Brian Griffin dressed up in a banana costume.
I mean, it's also the famous video.
Yeah, true.
None of this the Family Guy bollocks. What about the actual video that came out where you have the peanut butter jelly time thing dancing?
Oh yeah.
The Piggy thinks Family Guy is culturally relevant.
Yeah. But yeah, so this is the 147th edition of the Watching Walford podcast. Today's episode is going to cover the biggest storylines and takeaways from week 43 of 2025. All the episodes from the 20th of the 10 all the way to the 23rd of the 10. And we have topics. So this is the first topic, which is the introduction. Then we have Harry is still locked up. And to quote the Akon song, he is locked up. Then we have Nigel gets into an accident. And finally, just why not, Zoe drops a bombshell. Yeah, I said at the 2-minute mark, that's fine. So yes, Zoe drops big bombshell.
I mean, if there's something I've gradually learned is that YouTube's like no swearing in the first minute. I think they did actually do away with it properly. So we probably could test the limits now. I'm allowed to swear in shorts now. It's great. Yeah. I'll say this already just to kind of preempt everyone. Probably don't have that much to say about the EastEnders this week. Not because I've been lazy and I've been doing nothing, but because I've been covering the Hollyoaks 30th anniversary. There's been a bunch of streams and stuff going on, bunch of content being released. So if I'm a little bit low on energy, this is the last recording day before the break. And then we're gonna have the next week off, and then it's gonna be back to normal. But yeah, definitely been a lot going on the channel. Do want to thank everybody who did tune into the Hollyoaks streams, though. That was really fun. It was an absolute privilege. It was an absolute honor. So thank you to all of those people. And whoever didn't join in, you're out. Time to leave. Get ready to become a fan of Watching Talking Walford After Dark. Albert Square After Dark, that's the name.
And yeah, I did appear in the stream via text for like 2 seconds. Just
yeah, because we were talking about it, and Piggy's like, "Can I be in the streams?" I mean, if you want. And then Piggy's like, "I just want to be a part of the channel." Then he didn't show up. I was waiting on the phone, like, "Oh, there he is. Piggy's gonna come on in. He's gonna be here." And then he shows up once at the end and tells someone to stop being an annoying prick.
Yeah, as I do. You know, just my daily job as pelvis. But yeah, so I need to take off these glasses because I have to do timestamps. So yeah, I guess I'll start. What timestamp is it? 4:54. So yeah, Harry is still locked up, and I was right, folks, because I did say last week that he was still locked up in the flat, which Ash did point out and go, no, he wouldn't be. He's in a safe house. But who was right? Look, I get to brag, okay? I just get to brag once. It's my only prediction I'll ever get correct.
Well, it also helps so you never make any predictions.
Yeah, I know. Usually my
So you
dad.
always play it safe. You always follow my prediction. You're like, oh, I just agree with. I agree with everything you said. I'm playing with the top. Wait, there's a zip at the top. What the? Hello?
Oh, he's discovering his sip.
What the? Whoa, that's too hot for TV. Jesus.
He's peeling back the
Oh,
foreskin.
why'd you always say that, mate?
I don't know. It,
Absolutely disgusting. Sort it out.
it works in this sense, doesn't it? Though. 'Cause
I mean, it did look like I did have a Johnny on my head.
I mean, it still does. Do you wanna play with your top a little bit, Banana Man? Um. Anyways, yeah. I play it safe, so I don't really have predictions. But yeah. So Harry is locked up in the house, and I realised something. Had George and Teddy booted in the door, he would have been free. He would have been a free man. Um.
Well, they just went, Okie, why the fuck do you have a security unit bodyguarding this door? Oh, no reason.
Just the body of Christ is in there. Wait, what? Yeah, Jesus Christ himself is in my back room. Or he just does the Simpsons quote from Steamed Hams. Yeah, the Northern Lights are in there. But yeah, so Harry is still locked up. He phones Kojo, like, cause Kojo hasn't come back, and Kojo's obviously scared, but Oki doesn't give a shit about him, and
Yeah.
and Kojo feels a bit lost, and then Harry obviously tells him to run, and I think he meant metaphorically, but Kojo, being autistic, kind of went, "Oh, you want me to actually run?" So he just ran out of the station. Um,
He's still in bumfuck nowhere, Wales.
I mean, yeah, true. Um, hopefully he enjoyed his time in Wales, and yeah, he runs. But George does get a bit fishy about it, and then Oki just texts his coach to come home. He'll look after him. He comes back, and Harry, like, he's wondering why Harry's chained to the bed, and then Oki's like, he's just taking some drugs, and then Oki obviously snaps at Coach on, it's like, you just take some these relaxing medication, and he
Excuse
does.
me.
Well,
Medication.
medication, yeah. Um, but yeah,
That's a Piggy special right there.
yeah, and Coach was like, no, and then I believe he spits up the tablet afterwards.
Yeah,
So
he
yeah.
doesn't take the drugs because obviously last time he took drugs, he kind of lost his mind and got found out on a bench. So no drugs for Kojo.
No.
But yeah, essentially, I think the whole premise of this kind of thing. Yeah, God, there really is nothing to talk about with this week of EastEnders, is there? We rattled through that in about 4 minutes. The whole crux of this is Kojo's finally accepted that Oki isn't telling the truth. Oki believes that Kojo still trusts him, but obviously Kojo doesn't believe him, isn't gonna trust whatever he does, and if the moment comes up, obviously Kojo will try and free Harry and get him to safety. So yeah, I'm very excuse me, I'm very ready for this Kojo and Oki storyline to end. Um, seeing someone get locked up again after all this time, it does bring back some recent memories, and would best be forgotten those ones. But Oki went behind Ravi's orders and tried to go ahead and kind of undercut him, and so by the time Ravi gets back, I think Oki will be disposed of. So yeah, it'll be
Whoa.
nice to see everybody a little bit happier and not dealing with fucking Oki being a piece of garbage.
Yeah. And next up, we're flying through these. Next up is
I'm
no.
just laughing at the banana outfit. It makes me look as tired as I feel. Like, it makes me look super jaded. It's funny.
I mean, you could be.
What do you reckon? We're taking a break?
Um, yeah. I mean, from what I've heard about Hollyoaks, Jesus Christ, it's understandable, mate.
A lot happened.
Yeah, I've seen some stuff. I'm not a big fan, but I did see some stuff. And I heard some stuff. We're not obviously going to get into it on this. There is multiple videos on the channel if you want to watch them.
Exactly.
But I had some rashers for breakfast. I don't think I swallowed my tablets correctly, so I'm getting a bit of heartburn.
Had you not swallow tablets correctly?
I didn't take enough tea with them, so
Oh, all right.
because I literally made the tea piping hot, and then I took my tablets and bollocks, and then I recorded with you. Well, I'm recording with you now. But yeah, back to Nigel, being locked up. Don't know why.
Yeah. Is there even much else I really want to say about the Oki stuff though? Like,
No,
no, not really. It's just he has to go. He's got to go, Robbie. He's got to go. I give Oki a red card. It's over.
I think we all would. But yeah,
See, everybody thinks after this podcast, I'm just going to take this off. This is going to be my football manager outfit. Just me sat in the chair, putting a little clip-on tie, just down here. Here we go.
that's your next Halloween costume. It's just a clip-on tie added to it.
Yeah, just start accessorizing it, really.
Exactly. Then the following year
one.
you get a little wig for it, like my wig. There we go, lads. Take your screenshots now. There's enough of him to go around. I didn't take a screenshot. Yeah, busted there. Busted.
This really makes this gross tash look worse.
He's hip to be squared. I'm gonna just change the timestamp very quickly. We had a dancing banana, which fair enough. So yeah, Nigel gets
The
into
annoying bit is this costume does keep smacking the microphone, so if it does make noise, I do apologize. But I've not exactly got spatial awareness with this fucking disaster on my face.
That is fair enough, mate. But Nigel gets into an accident. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, Nigel goes on a peaceful. Well, he's still sad about selling his car because he wants to go to India. He wants to have some freedom, and he sells his car, and then he kind of regrets it because he never got brought out for a final drive, which is understandable. But when you have dementia, I would say it would be a bit risky to put you on the road because something like this might happen. And generally, I think people with dementia are supposed to stay away from driving vehicles. Just
I
putting it out
mean,
there.
most people say at a certain age you should just be told to stop driving.
I mean,
I
yeah.
don't agree or disagree. I don't really have an opinion on it, but obviously, if you're a danger on the road, you shouldn't be driving. But
Ah,
most people don't really test the theory. I see this one's kind of there's some weird bits here 'cause you have Oscar who wants Nigel to kind of do the stuff he wants, but also he doesn't really know what's going on. So he's kind of trying to help guide him into the direction of, hey, you should do this. It'll be really great fun. But Nigel's kind of half understanding, but half not. So Nigel essentially is kind of goaded into selling the car for the trip to India that he probably, let's be honest, knows he's not going to actually be able to make. But he wants to surprise Julie, so she then sells the car to Lauren. Obviously, Nigel's symptoms are getting worse because he struggles to read, he struggles to to do his signature. And I will say, fucking Lauren undercuts him a little bit on the price as well. She goes, oh, we just made a slight alteration to the price. And it's like, you're scamming a man with dementia.
well, what's he gonna do? Remember it?
Wait.
I can make that joke, by the way. I'm very forgetful in my age.
But yeah, so sells the car. But Nigel kind of decides, well, it's just because Julie Nigel doesn't like that Julie treats him like a child, which she does, but also
I mean, you can go on, do a little banana dance. Go on, 6 7 6 7 6 7 6 7 6 7.
keep bashing into the microphone. Like you can understand both ways. Essentially, you can understand why Julie kind of does treat him like a child because, I mean, first she is a teacher. Let's be honest. Teachers treat everyone like their children. Then also you kind of have to acknowledge that Nigel is getting worse and he is progressing. So there is going to be a time where he kind of crosses over from being a lucid kind of man to essentially being someone who needs full-time care. So you can understand why Julie does treat him like a child. He probably isn't there yet. He probably still can make decisions by himself, and Julie shouldn't take them away from him at this like late stage. But also, he shouldn't be driving the car. So he goes, he steals the car, he takes the keys, he drives it around. He gets a little flustered when the car stalls because it's an old car and doesn't really do much. Gets flustered and stalls it, and then people are kind of yelling at him. And then he continues to kind of just drive back. I think Julie rings him, and as he checks his phone, we get two people who have been out clubbing, and well, out in the out nightclubbing essentially. I suppose now's the time to bring up that sort of stuff. Jasmine gets really, really excited when Gina is sad about Harry and they decide to have some drinks. But I'm not saying Jasmine is either undercover or someone who's basically a PI working for probably the Ford family who Cindy set up. But anytime Cindy's mentioned, she gets as much information as she can humanly extract. She's like she's like someone who, if you squeeze the oranges but you don't squeeze them properly, she goes back and she squeezes them double. Like, you wasted precious milliliters of orange juice there, and just starts wringing them out. Because she just won't stop trying to collect more information about Cindy Beale and, who she is, the fact she had a second identity, where she was, who the family is. So, yeah. And at this point in time, Nigel comes flying around the corner. Julie's on the blower, on the phone. Rings Nigel. Nigel gets distracted in the road. Jasmine pushes Gina out of the way of the car and takes the full force to her body. So yeah, so Jasmine and Gina both get sidelined by a car, and it was kind of heroic of Jasmine to push Gina out the way. Kind of proves her mentality. Like, does she really care about herself? Is she just doing a job? Would that scupper the plans? Kind of hard to tell. And when she goes down, she's kind of yelling, just like, why this? And then she says something to the effect of, she needs to pay for what she's done.
Yeah.
So it's time to say that she's obviously Zoe's kid.
Facts.
No, it feels like the conclusion is she is working for the Ford family, who are the family that Cindy set up to get into witness protection.
Yep. Will this result in Cindy leaving? Probably not.
No.
It'll end quickly. But back to Nigel. Yeah. As Nigel has hit this poor people, I said the people by accident. He rings Julie, and Julie comes, and instead of calling an ambulance, really, she just kind of, to quote Wallace from that one video a guy made, "We've got to hide the bodies, lad." And she goes to hide the body. Well, she hides the evidence with Nigel, and then Nigel has nightmares about this, and then Julie's like, "I was in front of the wheel, Nigel. It's all right." And then Nigel goes to visit them in the hospital, and they're like, "Yeah, it's all right. We don't know who did it. You're fine." And then Nigel obviously wants a bit of intel because he heard Jasmine say she will pay for what she did and wants to know why she said that, and she just tells Nigel to leave, and he does. And then he
What do you
can't
say?
find.
Oh, she screams at him.
Well,
She screams at him.
screw.
Screams him to get out. Then Oscar comes in and is like, "Whoa, what the fuck was that about? Why are you yelling at Nigel?" And Oscar's going through like the fruit basket, trying to find a card, trying to find who it's from. Oscar's puzzled because a lot of stuff's not adding up. That her mum never came. She says her mum works abroad. She told her not to come. Um, and she basically yells at him, and he gets kind of upset, but still leaves. And then Jasmine checks the fruit basket, and she reads a card saying basically saying, "Get better soon. We need you to be on." If she's either undercover or she is like working for a criminal family, because it felt very like nobody hand delivered those fucking baskets. They just did it with a note in it. Like it feels like it's a very kind of soulless. We still need you for the job, so you better fix your shit. Essentially, here is the pretense that we care, but ultimately do your job. So yeah, I think with that said, I it does seem like Jasmine is working for the Ford family, and she will try and find out more and more dirt on Cindy.
Yeah.
Do you think she even likes Oscar?
No, I don't think she does. I think she's just using him. I feel like it might be a situation where in the end she does like Oscar, but for the moment she doesn't. But she will fall in love with him. I think. I think that's how it will work. I might.
It feels like some good cover.
What you saying?
I said it feels like a good cover story.
Yeah.
As it seems like she's actually like trying to bed in and make new friends, and rather than just being there to dig for dirt.
Yeah. Do you think she loves Oscar?
Um, I think there's the potential, but I don't think she sticks around that long. Essentially, like
Well,
she may, but I'm not. I don't know. It feels like there's a natural shelf life on her as a character. But obviously, if she does well and people like her, there's always a chance to just change the story and go, "Hey, she doesn't work for them anymore," and it goes from there.
yeah. I'm back to Nigel. We see him wondering where his comfy shoes are, and Julie's like, "Oh, you probably lost them, Nigel." And
The
Julie,
context is he stepped in blood with them.
yeah, these poor comfy shoes could have put them in the washing machine, wash them. Just saying. Um, But yeah, he wonders where his comfy shoes are. He goes to the bins and he opens the bins, and wouldn't you know it, they're in there. They're in the bin because Julie wasn't that smart. And also, what's her name? Jean also knows about this, but hasn't said anything because she doesn't want him to go down. But Nigel then goes over to Jack Brannon and is like, "Jack, I've done a crime. Please arrest me." And then he brings him to the station. And Julie's like, "You don't have to do this, Nigel." And then I was like, "I have to." The police try to interview him, but obviously he's forgetful, so they don't. Um, and then they interview Julie, who lies a lot. And then they go back, and Nigel locks himself in the house and doesn't want Julie to speak to him, but then he lets Julie in, or Julie just comes in, they have a talk, and I just like, "I have to do this, Julie. I want to face for my crimes." And Julie, rightfully so, says, "All right, well, we'll do it then. We'll do it." But she doesn't
Yeah,
want to do it
essentially,
then.
it's under the pretense of I want to pay. Look, whilst I can still make the decision for myself, I feel like I need to pay for my crime.
Yeah. Was it?
And she reluctantly accepts, but still acknowledges that, yeah, fair enough. I probably have been treating you like a child. Um, if you want to do this, we'll do it together.
Yeah, and that is pretty much.
Also, she's been so reluctant to call Phil, which is the funny bit.
Yeah,
Because
true.
obviously, from Julie's perspective, sh Phil's only been gone for a week, and now there's been an accident, and Nigel was driving the car. So obviously, people are just like, why would she just not call Phil? Because she's a person. People are stubborn. If you make a fucking mistake, and the person who usually would do it is away, you're not just gonna go, yeah, I made a big mistake. It's like, well, because then they just go, well, I only left you for 5 minutes. What the fuck did you do? So Julie wants to feel like she can be trusted to look after her own husband. So
Yeah,
of course she's not going to tell Phil immediately, because that would prove that she can't cope,
yeah,
and she doesn't want to admit that to even herself, that she can't really cope. So not like it's her fault as well. Like, she couldn't have known Nigel was going to go fucking steal a car and give it one last drive. But just you have to roll the punches, unfortunately.
yep.
Do you think Nigel will go to prison for it?
No, because I think they'll go, yeah, you're a bit, you're a bit. I think the word's lucid, and
No, I think that Lucid's the opposite one.
they'll just go, yeah, you can't really testify.
Basically, it's an unreliable witness, and
to
even if he did, he probably wouldn't be able. They probably wouldn't be able to trial him on like medical grounds, because he probably wouldn't pass the like mental health check as such.
to use a real life one as an example, uh, it's like Jimmy Snuka didn't pay for his crimes for killing. I know this is an extreme one in comparison. It's like Jimmy Snuka. He couldn't testify in court because he had dementia. They let him go. I know that's a bit different than fucking Nigel hitting someone with a car, but it is your comparison. So I feel like he wouldn't get tested or anything. They'll kind of just go, yeah, look, mate, you did it, but we'll slap you on the wrist. Or no,
I'll just use the terminology, just an unreliable narrator.
yeah,
Like, yeah, sure, he does have he did find the shoes, which is obviously going to be a key piece of evidence for it. But also, just on the grounds of his condition, probably pretty unlikely that he actually goes to prison.
yeah. But that could lead to him dying if they want to do that route. But yeah, Phil is going to have some words when he gets back.
Yeah.
And now we're 27 minutes
But
in.
Phil's not gone. They've abolished block storytelling.
Yep. And we are 27 minutes in, and we've already reached the ending. 27. I'll just put 50. But yeah, Zoe now drops a bombshell. A new bombshell is entering the villa. So, girls. But yeah, so Zoe drops a bombshell. Oh, where do I begin with this? Oh, bollocks, that doesn't matter.
He's dropped his wig.
Yeah, it was getting too warm for my head. I'll just continue the rest of this like this. But yeah, where do we go with this? Well, I guess we can start off with Tommy. Tommy does not want to go back to school because he's been cancelled. Now, I love how they treat this in the EastEnders universe. Because Cat and I feel like, yeah, but cancel's not really a thing. I mean, your favourite singer, Rolf Harris, Cat. I think he was cancelled, you know? I know it's an extreme example again, but it does happen. Does happen. Michael Jackson is another one. Just put it out there. Even this guy that I'm dressed as, Elvis Presley, apparently dated an 18-year-old. So, just putting out there. Cancel is a thing. And it's not just a new thing, it's a thing of the past. So yeah, he doesn't want to go back to school because he knows no one will accept him. But Zoe basically goes, look, mate, so what? People will judge you. Just be yourself. If you hide away, you're just gonna make things worse. So be yourself, and actually, what's the word I'm
Just
looking
front it
for?
out. Just
Just
prove
front
that
it.
you aren't. Just prove that you're not Joel, and that's all he really needs to do. Prove that he's not Joel. Prove that he doesn't actually believe those things, and then suddenly no one cares who he is in a week.
Yeah.
Because the people who do give a shit about him will realize that he is kind of regretful, and then from there, people will move on from it.
Yeah. And Zoe just goes, yeah, mate, that's all you have to do. And he just go to school and he just learn. I'd assume he doesn't get really confronted. And if he does, he just says, well, I wasn't involved.
I
Uh,
didn't do it. The old Bart Simpson.
or famous NFL star, Bart Simpson. But yeah, all he has to do is write a book saying he didn't do it, and then it'll be fine. It'll be all free. Continuing on. So Zoe, she's a PI, a private investigator, but dodges a lot of the questions, like really basic questions, like, do you know where your child is born?
After
Sort
she'd
of.
stolen money from the Vic to pay for it.
Yeah, like it'd be like it'd be like going to I can't think of a comparison. It'd be like going to a Wetherspoons and then being very vague about your order. Do you like a beer? Maybe. What would you like with it? I don't know. Would you like a burger? Come back to me in 12 minutes. Like,
Oh, what a dumb little comparison, but I love it.
um, like, or going to a fucking barber and asking for a haircut. So short back on the sides and top shaved. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say the last time I did that, I got a fucking horrendous haircut. So
This is all going to be shaved, by the way, for next week's podcast because I'm doing Movember again. Aster's sort of going to do Movember. Yeah. Wait till you see his beard in November. He's going to have like a Hugh Jackman.
Sort of.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do it like you.
Fair enough. He's going to have a full Hugh Jackman beard by the end of next month.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, just got to big you up, Ash. All you have to do is get them stick-on beards, you know, like what I have for the Santa costume. Yep. Just get one of those.
What were we even talking about?
Zoe goes to the private investigator.
Yeah. So, and clearly, Kat goes, Bob. I thought Dennis Rickman was the dad, and she eventually just reveals he's not the dad. But yeah, like I don't understand Zoe. Like we saw that she gave birth to kids, so she can't be making that up. But she's making she's making everything else up. Because as you said, it's like, oh, where were they born? Oh, I don't know. What were their names? Didn't name them. Who's the dad? Don't know. Like it's just absolutely unreasonable. How shit of a job you're paying 300 quid to say I don't know. Like, what's the point? Tell yourself in the mirror. It's easier. Save money as well.
It's kind of like me in secondary school when they were trying to convince me to do the play, the musical that also featured Elvis, surprisingly. And I just went, no, I'm not doing it. And they went, come on, no, I'm not doing it. Come on, you can be a backstage. I'm not doing it. Okay, you can.
Yeah, that was just you during your entire school life, really.
That was. Most people knew not to ask me to join in on activities because 90% of the time they knew I wouldn't say yes. There was a slim chance I might, but it was probably a no. It's like how you last night the time recording on the 22nd of the 10th sent me the Radiohead Mariah Carey Creep All I Want for Christmas mashup. And I said I played that in an art exhibition that I was in secondary school, and you went, fuck off, you weren't. I went, I was. I was in one, yeah. I've also told Ash this story, but I'll tell it again just very quickly, because, fuck it, who cares. I remember I was in art class one time, and my art teacher, I didn't get along with him, and I did tower over him, but to be fair, I was wearing boots, but I did tower over him, and I remember he turns to me, and obviously he says my real name, because my name's not Piggy, and he goes, what do you... Blasphemy. And he obviously turns to me and goes, are you going to do art? And I went, I don't care about art, mate. I don't want to do this subject. I'm only here because my learning program that I'm on makes me do it. I don't want to listen to you talk about fucking art. The only person I'll ever listen to talk about art or discuss art that I'll actually listen to as an art teacher is Bob Ross. And the whole class went, "All right, Piggy, way, Piggy." I don't care. I literally, it was one of the one of my least favorite subjects to do in my LCA course. It was fucking cheeks. There was only like 10 of us as well, so it was even worse. But I didn't mind doing woodwork. Woodwork was fun in LCA because mostly people
I
would
wouldn't
go.
trust you doing woodwork, mate.
Yeah, but just on that,
Mate,
basic.
you're shoving your fingers in the fucking sander.
Um, on woodwork, my favorite bit and that I did was basically my friend James. Basically he would often, what's the word I'm looking for? He would basically know that I struggled with it, so he just do half my fucking like cutting out and shit. Like obviously the teacher would help as well and would help me with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like that because I did say that I have a bit of a fear going near like fucking blades for obvious reasons for my finger. So yeah,
Yeah.
um, it's like how also someone in my
To be fair,
estate.
I was shit at doing like woodwork though. I like stuff would happen. It would just yeah. Most of my like DT, what we call it, most of that for me was just fucking. I was just flirting with people, to be honest.
Hey baby, is that water in your pants? You're just happy to see me. Um. But anyways, yeah, and I'm, I'm trying to remember what I was gonna say. But yeah, that's what I did. I didn't really get along in school with most people. I just did my own thing and kind of drifted by, which is what which is what Ash did as well. Yeah, which is also funny because I used to watch Ash in school. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Never meet your heroes, kids. But
To be fair, I managed to be quite lucky with the friends I made and managed to kind of get by pretty easy. So
I remember there was a kid who said he's bald and he might be balding, right? And I can pull up the message I sent him. Oh, someone rang me. Who the fuck rang me? I sent him a message the other day. Just side note. I'll send you the photo. I sent just side note.
as long as it
So
doesn't take 7 hours to find.
no, I have it immediately. I sent him
All
this
right.
photo. There's the photo, right? And I sent it to him. You'll have this kind of hair at 26. And then the guy's obviously called Jack. He responds to me going, "If I have any form of hair by 26, that will be a huge win for me. Time is ticking for me."
Look, Father Time's gonna hit us all.
I do love Jack though because my favorite thing is we don't talk like I don't talk to many people from my school because you kind of just drift away. But
Yeah.
I'll get back to Zoe in a second. But my favorite thing about Jack is obviously here's my Disney Plus login because when I was in school I set up Disney Plus and obviously I got a few people to go on like the accounts so everyone could have some. And Jack just occasionally just goes, "Hey Piggy, how you been? And by the way, can you log me back into Disney Plus? But thank you." I'm like, all right, there you go. Let's see you
Classic.
next year. Um, I love
That's
doing that.
like that's like when I messaged one of my best mates, one of my best mates who was like, I've forgotten the Sims password. What's the Sims password? And they just go, use the fucking search bar. And I go, yeah, my bad. I can't find it though. And then I
um,
search it the second time and find it immediately and go, sorry.
yeah. Um, but yeah, back to Zoe. Yeah, she basically lies.
This is Piggy realizing he wants the podcast to go at least an hour for that sweet ad revenue. So
Mate,
shit.
shit.
Tell a story.
But yeah, oh fucking hell, I need to cough again. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, back to Zoe. Yeah, so she's basically vague with the private investigator, and then she acts like a teenager when Kat's like, "Hey, fuckface, what was that back there?" And she's like, "Oh, what? Leave me alone, mom. You can't control my life. You can't tell me what to do. You're not my mother." Yes, I am. Just to shoot that horn at you. She basically does act like a teenager. And then Bert and Ernie run through the stalls. Run through the barrel stall. And I was like, "Mom, there was a ghost in there. Woo!" And then Alfie's like, "What are you, fucking 5?" And then Zoe's like, "I'll just go in there." And they think that Bert and Ernie have a Bluetooth speaker or something, and are just playing cat noises, which would have ideally been funny in my opinion. Just them looking around, going, "Ooh, meow, meow," and
Why is he Gary from SpongeBob?
I don't know. Um, Gary, come home, please. Chris Crenshaw, come home. Your call back. But yeah,
Obviously, if I put a Bluetooth speaker in a cellar, I'd obviously just make it be Scooby Doo. It's fucking just in the fuck. Where is he? Where is he? It's fucking just giggling.
but the problem is, I feel like you'd be too obvious because I feel like you'd be standing on top of the stairs
Oh, I'll be
pressing it.
laughing. I'll
Yeah,
be like pressing the button.
you were like,
Why is the sound effect not fucking playing? Go
roll.
on, play it. It's fucking play it. Play it.
Uh, my favorite,
Not a bad Scooby Doo impression, to be fair.
my favorite bit is the Fortnite image that's floating around. And I sent it to you. That it's like oh, can I say it? Begins with an F and ends with a Y. Uh,
No,
it buckled me. It buckled me.
no.
But yeah, we're all raggy, and there's Ruby Racks here. So yeah, um, I don't know what I'd play. You'd have to get something spooky for the Halloween season, in my opinion. You have to get like,
I say that yesterday and in the build up to watching the Hollyoaks episodes. Summary, because I decided I'll probably talk about this more in the after show, but I've been watching Ted Lasso. But I decided when I finish watching Ted Lasso, I'm just gonna binge a bunch of my favorite horror movies. But in preparation, I was just listening to a bunch of like horror movie soundtracks and started actually getting spooked. So there's me like walking around the house in my banana costume, just like just. I mean, obviously, I don't really have good peripheral vision because the fucking banana's in the way. Just I'm having to do the fucking Batman. Just where is he? Where are you?
where is she? Where is she?
I
I
can't see.
maybe take your hands off your eyes. Um, but yeah, and she rescues the cat. Not Cat Slater, the cat, who's also called Cat Slater. It's very confusing around these parts. And they go upstairs, and obviously, Cat's like, "Oh, you can keep the cat if you want. I don't mind. You can stay here as long as you like." And so he's like, "But you're making me homeless." She's like, "No, I'm not. I just want you to be more honest." And then so he's like, "Yeah, well, here's the thing. That dick ain't Dennis Rickman. That dick is someone else player." And basically says Dennis Rickman is not the father. Insert Jeremy Kyle clip where someone just gets very excited and runs off the stage. That's Dennis Rickman finding out he's not the father.
Thank
Uh,
God they didn't ruin Shanice. I was so worried that they were ruining Dennis and Sharon's relationship that EastEnders ruined by killing off Dennis Rickman. Who is the dad then? The answer is you probably don't know him, let's be honest.
yeah, we probably don't know him.
Unless it really is Anthony, which I fucking hope not. Absolutely hope not. But yeah,
Um,
yeah, there we are.
yeah, I'll just very quickly make a timestamp because we are at the awards and the thoughts about the show. Um, I'll go first because
Whoa.
uh,
Sorry.
this week was a filler week. I feel like there's something big happening next week, which is why they're obviously doing nothing this week. But I have literally nothing to say about this. But I did what I will say when I was doing my coloring book. It did fly by, so that was like kind of fun. Even though some scenes did drag out, mostly the Harry stuff. It did honestly fly by, which is what it's nice. I remember I did that. Um, I stayed up till 6 a.m. to watch the iPlayer episode. I didn't mind doing that. I usually do that anyways.
I still don't know why you do it, but I respect it.
Yeah, and then I went down to my dad, who's obviously working today. I mean, he's not working government, he's not. And I made a bacon sandwich and then I went back to bed. And he said, "What are you doing up, son? You should be asleep." And I'm sorry, I just want a sandwich, please. And then
Did you get him to make you a sandwich?
no, I didn't. I made the sandwich.
Oh, fair enough.
I stuck the air fryer on and put some bacon
Oh
in.
yeah, I forget that you actually cook stuff now that you have an air fryer.
Yeah, yeah. I realized what I have to put the chicken balls on. I have to put them on for 12 minutes, not 10, so I can make them a bit more crispy. Um,
Lovely.
so you can get the crunchy noise they usually get at the Chinese, you know. But yeah, this again, like I said, this was a filler week. Nothing big happened. Nothing really happened. But I'm glad Joel wasn't in it, because could you imagine with this week and this guy here, and we have to talk about Joel, like, and Ash's dress up as a fucking banana. It it'd be like when you have to explain to your child who's obviously under 10 that your dad's dead, and then obviously Peely the banana walks in. It's like, hey kids,
Anyone want to make a balloon animal?
kids, guess who slipped on a banana? Your dad, because he's fucking dead. Way. um. Uh.
Whoopsie.
uh,
Doing some of that.
It's still one of my favorite noises Ash ever makes. Just um, I don't know. It just always gets. But yeah, this was an alright week.
I thought it was shit.
It was an alright week. It was very shit, I will admit, but it was just alright. It was in the middle. It was just, it flew by for the most part. Nothing really happens, and then it's just over. Is basically it. Like, I'd assume Hollyoaks is the better week, but I don't know.
I mean, yeah, but it is an anniversary week, like.
Yeah. And also, I did watch some Hollyoaks clips, but I did also ask Ash, yeah, is this character alive? Just curious, because I did watch some clips, but also I didn't watch the full show. But yeah, your thoughts on the week, Mr. Banana Man? Sing us a song, you're the Banana Man.
I thought the week was pretty boring, honestly. Yeah, I thought it was pretty boring. It's nice to see Julie and Nigel getting the focus, but also I feel like there's only so many more times you can give them the main focus, because I feel like the attention's kind of dwindling. You know, this has been going on for what, 10 months now.
Yeah,
And it being with Phil makes it a lot more palatable, but with it still being Julie, gets a bit more abrasive. But that's just because of who the character is. Um, the Oki stuff, I want it to be over, but it's probably over next week. Let's be honest, it's probably over in the Halloween week, because Ravi's gonna get back and they'll do some spooky episodes. Um, and then the Zoe stuff. They're just making an arm and a leg out of actually saying what the truth is and what's a lie.
yeah,
And I've been very vocal about my general support for Zoe in general, and I feel like people don't realize how big of a deal it is. But if we just are slowly plodding this reveal out till Christmas, I will fucking cry my eyes out, because I can't be asked. But I'll say that within the reason of, obviously, I did like 4 live streams this week and was covering the Hollyoaks pretty heavily, so a lot of my focus was on the Hollyoaks, so maybe my attention wasn't fully diverted to the EastEnders, but that's fine. So yeah, it was an okay week. It wasn't particularly shock-inducing. The car crash was, I guess, kind of fun. I didn't really like the dumb special effects of Nigel's dream, of like him seeing it in a vision. It looked very Doctor Who, and I say that as someone who likes Doctor Who. I just don't do the camera trickery, boys. Just don't do it. It always looks shit. And yeah, so bang average week.
yeah. Obviously now it's time for the awards. If you don't know, we have some awards. We have the Chris Crenshaw Award. It's just the most promising storyline and something we like. We have the Keanu Taylor Award of Excellence, underrated, and who needs slapping down. Where do you want to start? The Chris Crenshaw, maybe? Perhaps?
Yeah, Chris Crenshaw, most promising. We always kind of start with this. slim pickings for this week. I think it's Kojo starting to fight back. I think I'm looking forward to seeing how Kojo will kind of handle Oki and how it will happen.
Yeah.
And because I assume that Oki's gun is gone,
Hmm.
but he seems like a guy who would also carry a knife. So I think there is a lot of potential danger going on. But yeah, hopefully just the fact that the Oki storyline's going to end soon.
Yeah. Knowing Oki, he probably leaves the house and is like, Kojo, don't unlock him. And just leaves. But he's probably staying. Let's be honest. What I enjoyed about the week, again, slim pickings. Um, Most promising is also seeing the development of Nigel. Because I don't think we'll see his court case scenes. I don't think we'll see really any of that. I think I'll just kind of be, it happened, and it's just like 1 week. It's like, and you got away with it too without those meddling kids. Row.
Oh man, sorry.
Just as a star, man.
Well, I mean, if you just, there could be some stars over here.
Huh? They were doing the David Bowie song.
I was.
There's a star man waiting in the sky. He's a light of the meter. But yeah, I that's what I enjoyed, is honestly seeing the nicer court scenes. I just completely, my attention is derailed because anytime Ash sort of moves in the banana costume, I just can't stop doing a little giggle. And I feel like I feel like I'm just gonna, when this podcast is render out and upload on YouTube.
Are
I feel
you
like,
sure about that?
all right, John Cena. I feel like I'm
I
gonna
do
be
feel like John Cena behind the wall of banana.
only if it had a face covering, like the Prime bottle. They could just do the masks with. Um,
I'm good.
but yeah,
And I think I nearly dressed up as Art the Clown instead.
I think the banana costume succeeds that. Um, but up next, the Keanu Taylor Award of Excellence, most wooden. Again, we can give this to anything, so I'm just gonna give it to Ash's costume. Pretty much best thing about this podcast, and
Mm.
I've grown from a
Yeah,
solid suit 2 inches to a god solid 3 inches. So yeah,
good
uh,
work.
yeah,
I agree. I'm gonna give it to my costume.
yeah. You can. It's in nature. And then up next we have the underrated award. Honestly, Jasmine taking that car bump was honestly one of my favorite things. And Nigel complaining about not having his comfy shoes. That truly made my week, was him talking about these comfy shoes.
Yeah, the fun bit for me is I forgot where the comfy shoes went. I was like, where the fuck are they? Oh, they were in the bin. But for like a solid half an episode, I'm like, where the fuck did they even go? It took me a while to figure out which one were the comfy shoes.
What would you give it to?
Um, what award we doing?
Underrated.
Oscar once again. Him
Uh,
being suspicious of Jasmine.
Fair enough.
Oh,
Um,
the headphones have fallen off.
Go on. Put your
Oh,
banana.
blimey.
That does not work. Honestly, that does not work. See, you should have put the headphones on inside the costume. Would have worked then.
I
Um,
mean, it's worked so far, to be fair. It's worked better than I thought it was going to.
yeah, fair enough. I do like when you unzip the banana and it's half, like, you see the banana inside. But yeah, now it's time for Who Needs Slapping Down. I'm going to fucking Zoe Slater, because imagine hiring a PI detective who's here to help you to figure out who your child is, and you're like, tell us where she's born. Don't know. What age are they? Don't know.
Yeah,
What year were they born? Don't know. Fuck.
sometime.
Do you know the ethnicity of the child? Caucasian? Maybe. I don't fucking know.
Maybe.
Um,
Yeah, it just bollocks. It's absolute like fuck you, Zoe. Stop lying, man. Stop lying. Just tell us the truth.
But like, it's just
One thing I will say, we are unveiling a fucking VHS tape from like the the 90s of the Slater house, and next week, and that one seems. I, I just don't want to see all the history. Stop doing flashbacks, Ben Wadey, please. I don't want to see them
wait,
unless they're absolutely necessary. I don't want to. I don't want to see it.
they're doing a flashback episode next week.
Well, no, it's not necessarily a flashback, but it's a whole thing that they're going to play this like old VHS tape from the Slater family in the 90s or something,
Oh, in the Queen
and
Vic.
it will likely reveal some secrets.
All right.
But
Like,
I don't know, like you're playing with history too much. What if they change something again?
probably not. But yeah. What will you give to? Who are you slapping down?
Okie.
Fair enough. That has been the awards, and now I've nearly made it to the 1 hour mark. We're not going to do the Big Brother because obviously Lord Farquaad left. But since we have time, do you want to do your Strictly Speaking segment?
Yeah, go on. All right. So this week on Strictly, it was a kind of sad one. Balvinda Sopal, who plays Suki, is basically dance off fodder every week, and I don't know why. Like she's getting a whole lot of aggro, and like I don't know. Like she's been on in the dance off 2 weeks in a row, and she was against a dance off against a guy who couldn't dance for shit but did lifts. Which, we all love it. We all love the lifts. But it was like 2-2. She was nearly eliminated despite clearly being way fucking better. But I don't know. She's just been getting a lot of abuse by the judges, and I don't know. It's just been weird. Nick Lewis is still good. Ellie, I'm losing my faith in Ellie. I do think that she's kind of reached her ceiling. Um. Uh. Who else do I like? Lavoie's also losing her footing. But it's still good. I just think we're now at this kind of stage of the competition where we're now actually starting to get rid of the dancers who are actually fairly decent. But we also got the sad news that Stephen Dennis, who played Paul Robinson in Neighbours, like stepped down because of injury. So I guess there might not be an elimination this week. But
Wow.
slightly sad nonetheless.
Yeah. I don't really have much to add about that. But yeah,
It
there's
was,
your
it was a it was a good episode of Strictly. I did enjoy it.
Strictly update, I guess. And now it's the after show. Everyone's favorite. Mr. Banana Man, sing us the song. And so yeah, I don't have much to talk about in the after show. I enjoy this Elvis costume. I am sweating a lot in it. Or well, not sweating in it, but it is very tight. Like if I hold on, I know this is gonna be a lot, but if I stand up, this is
Oh
like,
my god.
yeah, sensible.
Jesus.
Yeah, you can see a lot in it. Yeah. Um,
Yep.
See, I got an extra large costume, or a large costume, and obviously I went, "This will fit me, Dad," and he went, "Fucking telling you, I won't, you fat bastard." And guess what? I didn't. Well, it does, it does, but like just very quickly, like see, it's just very revealing, and it has some. I
Yeah,
don't know.
very shape fitting.
I don't know why they have like fucking nipple coverings
I don't
there.
know why I don't know why they have nipple coverings.
Yeah, I don't know why. But I enjoyed my costume. It's probably going to be worn once or twice more. If you wonder why I went as an Elvis, there's a wrestling group called the Flying Elvises, who literally were. I don't even want to say a footnote. They were just a drop in the hat. Really, they were
Yeah.
there in early TNA, and the entire gimmick was they were flying Elvises. They were basically cruiserweights who could do a lot of flippy shit. And I've sort of grown a love for them, but not really. I've just enjoyed the theme song mostly. Which it's a very bland song, but it is decent. And I also commissioned some figures to get made of the Flying Elvises. So yeah, I decided to dress up as a Flying Elvis. I can probably pull up an image somewhere. If I just
I
Google
decided to
Elvis.
dress up as a banana, because it was cheap. No, there's also an episode of Hey Arnold where they're dressed up as fruits and Arnold is a banana. And obviously the whole thing with Arnold is he's got a football-shaped head. So, I don't know, just get to dress up like Hey Arnold for an episode. It's a great time.
Yeah. I'll quickly come back to me because I found an image of the flying Elvises. Flying to Graceland, kinda like Superman. Going to Graceland to see the Queen 'cause she ain't dead. Um, that's a very small image, but just very quickly. There you go. Look, there's the flying Elvises in all 240p. Um, yeah.
Don't you love it?
You love it. But yeah, I don't really have much else to add. Do you have anything to add?
Just a simple. I do want to thank everybody who was in the streams for the Hollyoaks stuff this week. It was a real fun experience. I've never actually covered I've never done any live streams for Hollyoaks on the channel, so it was a fun first experience. And it's always fun watching the anniversaries. It's the weird thing where we don't stream regularly on the channel because you want to wait till an episode that actually has hype for it. But alternatively, it means we don't stream very regularly on the channel because the occasion has to permit, essentially.
Yeah.
And usually it's a big anniversary, so something big does happen in them. So, we all share the same experience. And I think it's cool that we've built up a lovely little platform where we get to do it and just have people there. I think that's fucking sick. Um, I could theoretically just be in my room live tweeting it, but I could also just be streaming to our lovely audience. And yeah, no, it was great fun. We had so many regulars popping in, so many Hollyoaks fans in the chat. So I just want to thank everybody who'd spent the week with me, just watching and reacting to the Hollyoaks. As dark as it got, as funny as it was, as exciting as it was, the Hollyoaks 30th anniversary was actually quite good. Um, I still want Hannah Cheers, the executive producer, gone. But it was a very strong anniversary week, and hopefully it means that Channel 4 keeps its hand out of the fucking gumbo for now.
Yeah. Um,
Keep that hand out of the gumbo, Channel 4. Stop changing shit. Stop cutting shit. Just let it exist. No, it was pretty good. It's always cool. And obviously, I don't think there'll be any unless episodes get released early, which it doesn't. Well, unless the episodes get released late, I doubt it'll really be much of a thing. But there is still some stuff coming up. Like obviously, we'll do all the live streams at Christmas. We'll do lives. I'll be doing live streams for the Emmerdale Coronation Street crossover.
I was going to suggest can I join for that one because I do want to see that even though I've not watched it. I do want to see it. I do like the idea of two shows crossing over.
Yeah.
Do love a good crossover. So yeah.
Um, I'll also likely be doing whenever the Super Soap Week is for Corey and Emmerdale, where they do like a big like stunt week. But more live streams to come. But yeah, it's been good fun. I'm definitely looking forward to the break though. Good Christ, a lot of effort goes into that sort of stuff. It was good fun though, and I do appreciate everybody who joined me along with it.
uh, I
Um,
I
what else
do,
have I been doing? Oh
you
no,
know,
sorry, do you have anything first?
I was just gonna say, yeah. Very quickly, I did watch some scenes from the 30th anniversary of Hollyoaks because, like, when I heard that a plane was gonna crash into the village, I generally thought a plane was gonna crash into the village. Like, obviously, I know like fake village, but yeah, you get what I mean. It crashed into the river. I will say, and kind of Ash gave out to me. I think he gave out to me. I think from the tone I got, I kind of laughed at the way they done it. But I did give them props. They did what they had to do with the money they had. But
Yeah,
I did love like the fucking
it was very
spa-
Hollyoaks.
sparking noise dot mp3 please. Um, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I haven't seen much about it. I've just seen the plane crashing into the village, and then obviously the sole person that I play games with, Laura, because I don't really play games with Ash because it's like, oh, what do you want to play, what do you want to play, Ash? I want to play fucking Counter Strike. Yeah, yeah. the person I play games with was like, "What the fuck's going on in the Hollyoaks?" And I went, "I don't know. I don't know." He's like,
Yeah,
someone got shot. A sniper got taken out. A guy's neck got snapped. Allegedly, a guy got fucking a
yep,
gruesome death being pushed into a propeller, which
yep.
is like, what the fuck? And then someone got
People got ran over. Some guy got beaten to death. Like shit was wild.
yeah, yeah, and then like someone got S8, which we're not going to talk about, but yeah, I will say one of my favorite things, and I'll get back to you in a second. One of my favorite things that I've seen is obviously I watched some of the wrestling over the weekend, and one of the spots that caused a lot of controversy for some reason, which I understand and don't understand at the same point, was there was a match where they did an I Quit match, and obviously in an I Quit match you have to do the most gruesome thing to like make your opponent say I quit. And in this match, basically, two of the performers, Darby Allin and John Moxley, they take out a fish tank and they put water in the fish tank. Like it's a tiny one. And obviously I had no clue what they were doing. Then my friend Ross went, they're gonna clearly drown him. And people got really mad at this spot, but I'm like, he did agree to it, so I don't really see why you're getting mad. He did agree to it, and he didn't actually drown him because he did just dip his head in and then put it out, and then dip his head in and pull him out. Like he didn't really just fucking, you know what I mean? I don't understand why people. I understand why people got mad, but I'm like, if they clearly like, it wasn't sprung on him in the match. He clearly agreed to it, so. Yeah, that's just my shock thing I wanted to bring up. The guy being fucking waterboarded in a wrestling match, which was fun. Oh yeah, like I said, I don't understand the criticism of that. Like, how dare they do that? And it's like, okay, but you don't mind the blood of the thumbtacks, but this is going too far. That's the entire point of the fucking match because he's supposed to go too far. How did you miss the entire point? like what's he gonna do?
Yeah.
Especially because sorry, just continuing my wrestling on for a very second. Especially considering the city they're in, they had a lot of restrictions because like the sports committees like, how about thumbtacks? No. How about flaming tables? No. You can like poke them in the eye, that's fine. And they obviously had a lot of restrictions, so what they did was that because they couldn't really have like, we're gonna set you on fire. But yeah, I just wanted to complain about that. People getting mad at it. I'm like, if they both agreed, it's fine. I understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, on Hollyoaks, I did like the plane crash. I did see some deaths. I do think Ash did a great job of covering it. I did pop in very quickly just to say hi, and then left again. And then I popped in on Wednesday's stream in the Hollyoaks later episode, and there was a guy who was trying to get Ash's attention, and then Ash timed him out. It's fair enough. Yeah, he was really trying to get Ash's attention.
We should get Olivia Rodrigo and Jojo Siwa in Hollyoaks. Read this.
Read this, please. Like you're being held for ransom. Read
Well,
this.
what do you want from me?
You should. I,
Otherwise, I mean, also, I suppose we just mentioned. Obviously, we are taking a break after this. It's been a pretty busy couple of weeks. We've gotten a lot of the Christmas stuff sorted. Obviously, I had the two video essays that I did in pretty quick succession. So we've been working hard on all this stuff, and I think we kind of reached a pretty good spot where we both actually just enjoyed doing everything we've been doing. Really, like it's yeah, you know, sometimes you can tell when it's like, all right, we're just kind of coasting by because we're not feeling that good, like in ourselves. But like for the last period of time, you can tell we've definitely both been pretty kind of motivated to do all the stuff. So it's been a pretty good time. But obviously, actually doing work is actually working quite hard. It's quite tiring. So definitely starting to feel a bunch of the feel a bunch of the exhaustion. For the whole of this last week, my watch keeps telling me that it says body responses, your device identified potential signs of stress or excitement, and it's like, yeah, what the fuck do you think it is, watch? What do you think it is, watch? It's not fucking excitement, is it? But yeah, so we're taking the next week off, and then obviously there's all content coming out. It's all been done ahead of time. And we don't really make any allusions to the fact that it is all pre-recorded. But yeah, it's just kind of a nice time to do it. We usually take the week off like after my birthday, but I was like we were busy working on stuff that time, so yeah, it's a nice little time to chill out for a week. And obviously, I'm going to play Football Manager because the new game is supposed to come out today. They're not released when it's going to come out, the cheeky bastards, but it will come out at some point, and I will spend the next week watching Ted Lasso, which is also fantastic, by the way, and playing Football Manager,
Um,
which will be great. And when I run out of Ted Lasso, I'm going to do a big horror movie like kind of marathon. I'm going to watch all my favorites, and yeah, it's gonna be good fun. But it's definitely you. I don't know. The thing when you do stuff like this, you kind of notice when you take a week off where you don't need it, and you take a week off when you actually feel like you deserve it. And at this point, we worked pretty hard for a while, so it's a natural time to do it.
I will say, I have to edit a video for Multimedia Maniacs on the channel just to do a cheap plug. But Rose still hasn't sent me the fucking file for the film. I have to put in the fucking clip in the fucking show. So I'm still waiting. But it's nearly getting to Halloween, so I have to I would have to edit this quickly. But
Yeah,
yeah,
in there, mate.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we also got a new logo.
We did.
I think is fucking sick. I was initially resistant.
Can
I
you
didn't like it
send?
at the start,
Can you
but
send
it's
me it
grown on
so
me.
I can just pop it in? Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
We got a new logo, which is fantastic. Um, I have the person saved on my phone. Um,
right, sent it.
give me a second. Let me find the person. So this was drawn by draw something. On Instagram. And let me just grab. Oh, bollocks. Let me just see. Can I drag it in from here?
You should be able to.
There we go. That's the logo, baby. As you can see, it's a lovely watching Walford fence, and shit. Oh shit, hold on. I think it's controlling tab, is it?
Hmm?
No, that's the wrong one. Control and shift.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to shorten it.
Crop it.
Crop it, yeah.
It's just Alt. You just
Oh yeah.
hold it Alt.
I've been doing this for 2 years professionally.
Well, to be fair, this is your Achilles heel, though. You somehow you'll never commit that to memory, even though I've told you at least 100 times.
You know, no,
That
you
it
know what's
just never clicks, and
no, you
that's
know what's
fine.
funny? I in this episode, I did the alt button, right? I did do it.
Wait,
I just fucking forgot the minute the logo was shown.
wait. He's learning.
Because I did it with the flying Elvises. There you go. There's our logo. I can I bring it into this channel? But anyways, it's beside
Yeah,
that right now.
this was a this was a bit of a well, it's we thought about it, and obviously Piggy he got the Multimedia Maniacs, his other channel. He obviously got logo commission for that, and it's the same artist, and yeah, I think they did a good job of it. For what started out as a fairly kind of loose idea, we didn't really have a great idea about what we were going to do, but I think it's cool. I think it's pretty cool. I was very initially I was like, ah, that's fucking shit, that is. But no, I think it's pretty good. I'm relatively surprised. I didn't like it initially, but with time, it's definitely grown on me, and it feels a bit more official. Not that we really needed a logo because we were doing just fine without it, but now that we have it, it feels wrong to not have one. So yeah, no, thank you to the artist, and yeah, I think it's pretty cool. It came together in the end.
Yeah. I enjoy the logo. I very much commissioned this. It was very awkward because I kind of had to be the middleman. So they'd go, "Oh, Piggy, is this all right?" I'd be like, "I know it's 3 a.m. for me, and it's like 10 p.m. for you, but can you wait until my friend wakes up because I can't really make a decision without his behalf, um, because he is the owner of the channel." And they were like,
I
"Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
so
it's
are
fine.
you.
Yeah, yeah,
You
no,
know,
I am.
I've typically got more of the kind of ideas as to
Yeah."
what I want shit to look like.
Because obviously he's the perfectionist of this channel. Is old AquaDreams. Banana Dreams
That's
now.
me. Yeah.
But yeah, I pretty much oh bloody hell! I need to mute my mic for a second. There we go. I'm back.
He
Um,
sneezed.
yeah, I sneezed. And yeah, the logo turned out great in my opinion. I'll put it back to Ash for a second. There you go. Um, it's the nameplate and it's the fences from what are they called? The skewers, fucking from
That's the square.
the square. Yeah.
It's just the black metallic fence is an iconic look in itself. The sign's iconic too. Didn't really know what to do with all the red, but I think it's cool. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Definitely when I first saw it, I was like, what the fuck is this? But then I made it official and we put it all in, and I think it's cool. I think it's pretty cool. So I hope everybody likes the new logo. I doubt we're going to be changing much about it for a long time. But no, now we look all spick and span. Now we look all cool and official.
Yeah. And I guess that's the end of the podcast. I guess. Unless you have anything
Yeah,
else.
not really got much else going on.
No.
I think it's just thanks everybody for being here. We do appreciate you all. It has been a really good time. But yeah, it's been good fun. But obviously now a tiny little break to refresh the brains, and then once you get back, we'll be doing a bunch of Christmas stuff, and we'll be sorting out the final touches on a lot of the Christmas content, and then we get the pretty chill kind of ending to the year, which is what we always kind of. It's what we want really. It's always how we want to kind of play it. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I am looking forward to the break, and feel like we've definitely earned it this time, rather than the couple of months in the middle where it's like I'm taking a week off. Yeah, but you basically been having weeks off for ages. I'm taking another one. But
And
no, yeah, good stuff. It's been great fun.
we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Bye bye.